WDLC Country and Community on this Wednesday morning, and it's our Port Pride 5. We do this each week. It's a quick visit with a member of the Port Jervis City School District, and today I have the opportunity to speak with their athletic trainer. And you know what? This is Kathy Schlinder, who works for the district, who's with us this morning. Kathy, what does an athletic trainer do? How does that work in a school district?
So an athletic trainer is a health professional who we specialize in preventing, assessing, treating sports injuries, and like any other health issues that come up for kids who are in the school district, mostly ones that are playing sports for the district.
So having an athletic trainer are you on the field? Are you in the gym? Are you on location with our athletes? What does an average day look like for you? I'm sure it's different every day.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Right.
Different every day, depending on what events are that day. If there's just practice, I'm out going to each practice. If there's games, then, and especially if there are multiple games, I'm on my little gator going from, say like a baseball game to the track to a modified maybe softball game. So depending on what is scheduled that day, depends on what my day looks like. As you were saying, I could be, popping in at practices, checking in with the kids, seeing if everybody's okay, if there's any, nagging injuries that they've had. I'll ask them, how's the injury feeling? How is it progressing? Again, like you said, on the sidelines for the game. So for some of the people who aren't aware, an athletic trainer, is the one that you see that runs out in the field when, an athlete gets injured, assesses the injury, gets the athlete back on the side of the field, and then goes from there on what exactly we need to do next.
From that point, what got you? Well, let me ask you this. How did this all start for you? Did you go to college for nursing, medicine?
I actually was an athlete myself. I ran track and cross country, and I played soccer. Actually, I ran track in college as well. And when I was in college, I went for communications. And when I went away to school, I wasn't one of those people that knew from the beginning what I wanted to be. I was still exploring. And when I first went away to school, I did a work study program, and I was like an equipment manager. But I knew, like, I was working with all the athletes as well as being an athlete myself. And during that, I started seeing, hey, these are athletic trainers. This is what they do. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool job. But, this is something that I think I'd be interested in. Being part of sports and also being in the health field is something that I thought I wanted. I wanted to help people. So that's basically where I started. When I graduated college, my first job was in Goshen, and I worked for an amazing woman, Kristen Vance, who now is the director at Access Physical Therapy. I worked there for a while after I graduated, and then went on to a few other things. So down the road, when Access was looking for somebody to be an athletic trainer at Port Jervis, she called me up and said, hey, I have this opportunity. Are you interested? And I was like, yes, I'm totally interested.
I'm there. Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you.
That's how I ended up at Port Jervis.
And how long have you been there at Port Jervis?
So I've been there for 8 years.
Wow, very cool.
8 years this year.
Very cool. So I love this because a lot of our students, especially, in my generation, they're all like, we're going in for sports medicine. And you're kind of like, what does that do? But there's so many facets in sports of what you can do. And I'm happy to see that and learn that it went from a part-time position for you to a full-time gig. All of that. It's all super important. It's our kids too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, counseling.
Yeah.
When they are going through rehab, because not only is it physically hard, it's mentally hard for kids to go through that and recover and not playing the sport that they love. When it's a season-ending injury, it's something too. You sit with them and you have these conversations, and you're there for them, and you're trying to encourage them to get better. We have such a great community and great
Sure.
athletes. Like the majority of the athletes will come in and be like, this is, I'm going to come in every day. I'm going to do my rehab. I want to get better.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm blessed with great athletes. The coaches and colleagues that I work with are all very welcoming, receptive. So that's been great as well.
And I'm sure they're very fortunate to have you as well. And I appreciate
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And I hope to see you somewhere on the sidelines, on the bench or whatever coming up. I mean, I know we have our spring sports underway and then a little bit of a break. I'm sure not for you over the summer. And then you kick it into gear when the beginning of the school year comes. So
Absolutely.
That's it. We'll talk again, Kathy. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much and have a good rest of the school year and keep doing what you love to do. I like that for you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. My pleasure. My pleasure. And there she goes. That's Kathy Schlinder. She is Port Jervis's full-time athletic director. And that's our Port Pride 5 for today. Very cool chat. Thank you, Kathy. Back with more on WDLC Country.